something. Roslovic is still out there with Zibanejad and Kreider, so there's been no shaking up of the lines to this point from Laviolette.
Off the draw, Fox up the right boards, tries to get it in front. That's denied. Ekblad was there to knock it aside, and the Panthers exit the zone. Tkachuk angles it up the wall, and Lundell tracks it down in the New York zone. Spun around. Lindgren for the Rangers played it away. Then Roslovic got bounced around in the corner and lost the puck. Tkachuk to the line. Ekblad gets it in front. Spinning attempt by Verhaeghe is gloved by Shesterkin. Well, that was a grade A opportunity as the Panthers got into the middle of the ice there. Their leading goal scorer in this postseason had an opportunity to double the lead.
Now, Verhaeghe collected a puck right about the hash marks, but his momentum was taking him a little bit further away from the net. So as he spun around and released that wrist shot, it made life a little bit easier for the goaltender Shesterkin to really track the release point. And again, it hit him right in the midsection. He was able to hold on. No rebound whatsoever.
Tkachuk's fifth of the playoffs at 16-24. The first is the only goal of this game. The Panthers lead game 1, 1-0, 16-26. Remains in the third period. Evan Rodriguez has to step in and take the draw for Florida, and he's beaten in the ring to the right of Shesterkin. And the puck cleared off the stick of Hedl. Kulikov slaps it out of the Florida zone, and off the boards back into the Ranger end. Eric Gustafsson ahead, and Panarin taps it into the middle of the ice. It's quickly redirected by the Panthers into the New York zone. Gustafsson will try again, circling into the middle of the ice. Was Hedl poked off his stick by Evan Rodriguez. Rodriguez and Luosterainen out there right now as the Rangers able to dump it in, and Mikkola protects as he went up the boards off the skate of Panarin. And back comes Luosterainen to center. He'll get it deep in the Rangers zone as the Panthers change behind the play. Schneider up the right side for the Rangers. Got it to Hedl. He gets it in. Bobrovsky out behind the net to play it. Montour has trouble with it. And Panarin forces him behind the net. Vesey whips it around. A lot of room at the right point. Truba's shot does not get through. Ryan Lomberg got in the way. Florida's fourth line able to clear the zone. Cousins chases at center. Beaten to the loose puck by Keandre Miller. The Ranger defenseman stripped by Cousins. Here he comes into the Ranger zone. Goes to the backhand. Little rebound off of Shesterkin. Stenlund got to it and poked it to the corner. Now Trouba ahead for Vesey. He'll get the red line and get it deep. The Rangers want to change. Bobrovsky again from behind the net swings it around. Off of Vesey, it stays in. Tarasenko cut his man off behind the net as it comes around. And Alexander Wenberg kept it in for the Rangers. Trouba activates, plays it back to the point, but it's picked off. And Tarasenko looking for Reinhart at center. Has that stolen away by Keandre Miller. Miller's been out there a long time.
He sure has. You know, I think the Rangers a little bit fortunate there. The Panthers had numbers on that counterattack. If they execute on the passing a little bit later, that could have been a great opportunity for them.
Miller finally able to get to the Ranger benches. New York gets it deep and finishes changes. Panthers go hard off the wall and out. Ekman Larson only as far as the Ranger line. Fox retreats with it there. Adam Fox leads the Rangers in ice time in these playoffs, and his rink-wide pass at the Florida line broken up by Tkachuk. Sent in behind the Florida net, and Ekman Larson plays it off the glass and out. No icing as it comes back into the New York zone. Lindgren, coughs it up as he was pressured by Verhaeghe. Got a slash on his stick and it went right on net. Shesterkin had to be alert. Bennett now from center marches right back into the Rangers zone on right wing for Evan Rodriguez. Cuts to the slot. His backhander off the stick of Lindgren and out of play. Looks like his follow-through may have caught Lindgren in the face. And the linesman over to take a look. Lindgren says he thought that was a penalty. I don't know if he'll get the call. We'll let you know when we come back. 13:47 to go, third period. At the Garden, Florida 1, New York nothing. You're listening to the Eastern Conference Final on Sports USA. Back after these local messages.
This is Ronnie Jones. If you missed any of our interviews from the ACC Premier League, call right now on the Sirius XM with John Scott. It's such a cool time. We're very excited where we landed to get this up in the year. Head coach of the NC State Women's Basketball. Fast, man. It took me 35 years, man. That's all. It's easy. ACC Radio, where your favorite teams have conversations with head coaches, athletic directors, and more from around the college and new and improved Sirius XM.
This is former PGA Tour winner Smiley Kaufman, host of The Smiley Show, a Sirius XM podcast. Smiley Kaufman for 60 years. I've got boots on the ground at every major tournament, which means each week I bring you insights straight from the source and conversations with my friends on the PGA Tour. Because we're better than all your advice. Listen to The Smiley Show right now on the SXM app, available with all trials and operating plans, or wherever you get your podcasts. That's SNYLIE.
Don't miss the all-new Rise and Shine, a Sirius XM podcast.
This is Adam Shine. Every Wednesday morning, we're going to make you remember why you love sports. The tradition, the celebrations, the total buzzer beater, the heroes, the underdogs, the moments you remember forever. Join me, Bob Stu, and the most interesting guests in sports for the all-new Rise and Shine.
Download Rise and Shine right now on the SXM app, available with all trials and popular plans, or wherever you get your podcasts. That's CHEIN.
Track game is presented by Discovery Official Cars. And Bank of the NHL. For every fan and every team, it pays to Discover. Discover Bank. Member banks. FDIC.
Goals are tough to come by now. Obviously, a 1-0 game, and these two teams rank third and fourth, respectively, in terms of goals average during the postseason thus far. The remaining teams only have more per year. So this is something we did not expect. This low scoring in game number one.
Randburg wins the draw for the Rangers in the defensive zone. It's lifted out. Kept in by Gustafson. Marches up the slot and hands it off on the wing. The one-timer from Kako hit the side of the net. Well, that's one of those situations where it looked like Gustafson was coming right down Broadway, and instead he passed it off down to 32nd Street.
It was a long pass, too, a long lateral pass, but the length of that pass allowed Bobrovsky to get into good position.
A regroup for the Rangers is Florida able to clear, and Braden Schneider gets center red, puts it up on the glass and in. Bobrovsky stays put as it rides around the boards to the left side and came all the way out center ice. Roslovic handling there. And it's dumped back in. Kreider in on the forward check, and he got a bump on Ekblad. Puck comes up the wall. Roslovic kept it in, but he hit the brakes because he had a full frontal view of Aaron Ekblad, who had it lined up. Rangers keep it in and ride it around the boards. Zibanejad gets a piece of it, nudges it to the boards, and wins a puck battle from Reinhart. But he gets some help from his teammates and brings it back to the center.
And it's the same matchup, shift after shift. It's Barkov and his line mates opposing Zibanejad. The two number one lines have gone head-to-head so far, and it's 1-0 Florida. 12:20 to go in the game as the puck all the way back in the Florida zone, and they rule it was because the Rangers slapped it there. That's an icing call. It is interesting the decisions that coaches have to make in a game like this. For Laviolette, you don't want to take your best players off the ice, and sometimes that's exactly what needs to be done if you're trying to avoid a matchup. But boy, they haven't been able to get much going, and Gustav Forsling has also been the defenseman on the ice, opposing them virtually every shift they've been out there.
Rangers are the home team. It would appear that Paul Maurice is willing to go best against best as the Rangers ice it off the faceoff once again. So the faceoff comes back to the right of Igor Shesterkin. It was the matchup on the opening faceoff of this game.
Well, the Zibanejad line is still out there because of the icings. And, this is a long shift for them. And this has allowed Paul Maurice to change it up, get Lundell's group over the boards, create a little bit of pressure, tire out as the Zibanejad trio.
Zibanejad wins the draw. Trouba reverses it behind the net away from pressure. And it's saucered to center. Kreider kicks it into the middle of the ice, but Roslovic couldn't corral it. Now Lundell finds a man coming late on the wing. That's for Hagee. Goes wide, fires on a left-hand save by Shesterkin, as once again the defenseman used as a screen. Panthers do a nice job keeping the puck in the zone for Hagee, trying to center for Lundell. Picked off by Keandre Miller. Pushes it ahead at center, and Roslovic gets it deep. I think that hit the referee and bounced right in front of the Florida net. So the Panthers don't have to go 200 feet. Montour hands it off on the wing. Kulikov gets it in. to the Rangers zone, and Fox is converged upon as he was just able to clear the center. Now retreating all the way into his own zone. Oliver Ekman-Larsson with a touch pass, and Kevin Stenlund trying to cut in off left wing on his backhand. Drops it back, and Ekman-Larsson scores! The defenseman coming late. It's 2-0 Florida.
Sturkin looked immediately to the referee. He thought he might have been interfered with, and there is a discussion going on between the officials on the ice. The original call was goal. Lundberg was driving the net, but he's in the crease, John. I would be surprised if this goal is allowed to stand.
And he's trying to escape the crease at the point of the shot.
It does not matter.
He bumps Shesterkin trying to get out.
He's inside the blue paint when Shesterkin goes to make a play on the puck.
Call on the ice was goal. Steve Kazari points at center ice. And now takes a trip over to the bench area. And now that means it's in the hands of Peter Laviolette, who has yet to send any of his players out for the faceoff. And Steve Kazari now approaches the Ranger bench and asks Laviolette if he's going to challenge.
Well, Laviolette had lots of time for his video review guys to take a peek at it, but there's no question that Lundberg makes contact with the goaltender interference prior to the goal. Yeah.
Now you heard Steve Kazari say prior to the goal, there was a little contact between Ryan Lindgren and Lundberg as he tried to get out of the crease. And that was prior to the goal.
Lundberg got into the crease without any contact, however, from Lindgren. So he was already inside the blue paint. When Lindgren shoves him, yes, he does bump him and make it difficult for him to get out of the goaltender's way. But he was pretty deep in the crease. He was a foot and a half inside the blue paint.
This all comes with 11:15 remaining in the third period. Clearly, it's critical, Hazy. It's the difference between 2-0 and 1-0.
My batting average, by the way, is not 1,000 on these goalie interference penalties during the postseason.
You kidding?
But in my mind, there's no way this goal is allowed to stand.
And of course, not only the difference on the scoreboard, but were this goal allowed to stand, the Panthers would then in turn go on a power play for the failed challenge from Laviolette. So this is an apprehensive moment in the Garden, to say the least. If you're right, it stays 1-0. If you're wrong, it's 2-0, and Florida's on the power play.
The referees gave Pierre Laviolette and his video replay
Here's
coach
Dan
lots of time.
The play, 94 enters the crease before 55. We have contact with the goaltender prior to 55. No goal.
A good explanation from Dan O'Rourke.
Isn't that nice?
There was contact with the goaltender before the push from Lindgren. That's the ruling. It remains 1-0.
Get the feeling in a game like this that the Rangers are looking for some kind of a catalyst to get the energy back into the building and to help this team start to generate something against Bobrovsky. Maybe this is it.
Panthers go right back to work. They win the neutral zone faceoff and dump it in. Evan Rodriguez involved in a battle and wins it in a corner. He took it away from Eric Gustafsson. Churns to the left corner. Wanted to cycle it back, and at the line, Forsling did not keep it in. There's that great stick, though. He was retreating defensively, and he still was able to slap that puck back into the New York zone. The play is ruled offside.
Outside of Florida, I mean, amongst the public at least, he's got to be one of the most underappreciated players in the game.
There's much doubt. I mean, it was prior to the start of the pandemic-shortened season in January of 21, and Florida plucks him off waivers. And this was a guy that a few years prior to going to Carolina had been a top 10 scoring defenseman with the Chicago Blackhawks. He had a 60-point season with them. Hard to believe that. Or I beg your pardon, I'm mixing him up with Eric Gustafsson, but hard to believe he was available on waivers.
He's plus 116 in his last 3 seasons.
That's good, right?
Pretty good.
Cut back into the Rangers zone off the faceoff and rimmed around the boards. Montour with the keep. He just throws it to the net. Shesterkin stops that. And around the boards, Prochek lets it go back into the Florida zone. A foot race that Brandon Montour wins to keep the puck out of the Florida zone. Here's Reinhart, possible 2-on-1 as he comes across the line. Barkov takes the shot, and Shesterkin with another big save. Let's go down to Billy Jaffe.
Johnny, talking about looking for a catalyst, or Hazy was. I mean, how about Adam Fox? I'm watching him the last couple of shifts. He's never been the fleetest of foot, but it's just kind of, he doesn't have that same elusiveness that we're so used to seeing. He's the kind of guy that makes the New York Rangers different because he's so special on the back end. He hasn't looked the same to me, actually, the last couple of games in the playoffs.
And with only one power play, too, Billy, I mean, that takes a lot of Fox's expertise out of the game.
Yeah, it takes his impact away. A two-time Norris finalist and a winner 3 years ago in the Norris Trophy. Icing call against Florida here. You think about the things Adam Fox has been able to accomplish in the first 5 years of his career. I mean, he was the first Ranger defenseman to reach 50 assists since Brian Leach back in 01. He's done it 3 times now, including this season, and he had 56 helpers.
The interesting thing about Fox is he's playing his minutes, but I agree with Billy. He doesn't look 100%, not moving easily.
Oh, my. Panarin off the draw gets the glass on a set play off the faceoff. And the Panthers able to clear the zone. But we talked about it at the top of the broadcast. We were questioning whether Adam Fox was 100%. Matthew Tkachuk on the other side. Tkachuk has the game's only goal. Fox in the Florida zone, sends it cross ice, and Lindgren's shot off a stick, deflected behind the net where Kulikov dumped Trocheck. Rangers keep it in, back behind the net for Trocheck. And from out of the corner, he tries to feed the point. And Lafreniere trying to cover the point. Oh, and he just took down Kulikov as he returned the hook. And that's going to be a penalty against the Rangers. Meantime, Trocheck and Ekman Larson have to be split up as they were entangled, but this is going to be another Florida power play.
13, penalty.
Well, this is not a good penalty for Lafreniere to take, and there's no question about this. Kulikov was about to tap the puck past him in the middle of the ice and get into the neutral zone with possession. It's a hooking call.
Panthers on the power play. When we come back, they lead game 1, 1-0, 9:32 left, third period. 32 left, third period. Conference Finals on Sports. Eastern Conference Finals on Sports.
Every business faces challenges, but complicated, expensive, and uncertain shipping shouldn't be one of them. With USPS Ground Advantage from the United States Postal Service, you can avoid all the noise. No more unexpected surcharges, hidden fees, or complex rate structures. It's just easy, cost-effective, and dependable shipping. Tune your business's frequency to success and turn shipping to your advantage. Learn how at USPS.com/advantage. USPS Ground Advantage. Simple, affordable, reliable.
This Military Appreciation Month, Navy Federal Credit Union wants to celebrate our members who go above and beyond every single day. That's why we thought you might want to hear some special thank you messages from your friends and family.
I want to give a shout out to my brother AZ1 RG Castillo.
Hi, I want to give a shout out to my friend Colin, who's currently serving in the Army. Thanks for all you do. Happy Military Appreciation Month.
And from all of us here, happy Military Appreciation Month. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Navy Federal is insured by NCUA. That's the sound of steak searing in its juices on your new pellet grill. You heard that right. The Weber Searwood Pellet Grill can smoke low and slow at 180 degrees all the way to a high heat sear at 600. With the Weber Searwood, you can cook on the direct flame over the full grade sear zone. You'll hear the gasp of amazement from friends and family when you serve the food. Cooking with the Weber Searwood Pellet Grill just sounds delicious and tastes even better.
Back in the Grainger broadcast booth here in Manhattan. Stay on top of your game with Grainger. Get industrial grade products that you need to help keep your operations running when you call 1-800-GRAINGER or click Grainger.com. Critical moment of a hockey game. 9:32 left, third period, game 1. The Panthers lead 1-0. They go to the power play for the third time in this game. Florida 0 for 2 with the extra man as they keep it in at the right point. Tkachuk throws it to the net, got a redirect from Barkov that sent it wide, and Zibanejad sweeps it the length of the ice. Bobrovsky out to play it, and Matthew Tkachuk now circles out of his own zone, finds room up left wing. He'll carry into the Ranger zone, cuts to the middle of the ice, now waits for the mates to join it. Hands it off, and Verhaeghe gets it deep. Off the end glass, pops free, and Reinhart feeds the point. Room for Tkachuk. His pass comes back to him off the stick of Zibanejad, now drifts to the bottom of the left circle. Hands it off to Verhage. Now back to the line. It's Montour. Verhage circles out. Takes a long wrist shot. No traffic. Blocker to side by Shesterkin. And cleared by Jacob Truba.
Now, this power play is out of sync. I mean, when they're taking, wrist shots from beyond the top of the circle, especially when there's no traffic in front, you can see that they are really pressing.
Reinhardt will carry it in on right wing. Hard around the boards to the corner, and quickly Verhage to the line for Montour. Gets it back. One-timer. Looking for a tip, and, oh, wow. A break for Shesterkin. The puck went straight up in the air and came back down onto the ice surface. Did that go all the way up into the netting and back down onto the ice surface?
It did, yes. That little redirect by Reinhardt, he got a touch on it, but everybody was uncertain where it went, but it was over the glass into the protective netting and bounced right back onto the ice. The referees alertly blew the whistle.
Well, I'm not sure. I looked at that replay. It looked like the redirect went off the goal post and out of play. Nonetheless, it remains 1-0. Still on the power play for another 50 seconds are the Panthers. Rangers win the draw, but they clear it into their own bench, and that'll bring the faceoff back into the New York zone. 8:17 left, third period. Florida 1, the Rangers nothing. Shot clock 24-15 in favor of Florida.
The discussion on the ice was where to drop the puck for this faceoff. It comes outside the blue line.
Change their mind.
Because they're saying Oliver Ekman-Larsson misplayed that puck into the Ranger bench. So it wasn't a deflection off of him. It was a misplay that put the puck over the boards.
Rangers win the draw, clear back into the Florida zone, and Ekman-Larsson restarts. His goal was wiped out midway through this period. Centering pass comes right through the legs of Evan Rodriguez, and Lundell holds the zone for Bennett on the right side. Ekman-Larsson straight away. That one hit the goal post. Popped straight up in the air, and the Rangers able to clear as Keandre Miller found it first.
That was a nice-looking play. A great shot pass from Oliver Ekman-Larsson. He was stationed right in the middle of the ice. He drilled it low, and a little touch on the puck off the post.
Lindgren will clear one last time now. 5 seconds left in the Florida power play. The Panthers 0 for 3 tonight with the extra man. Rooster Ryan gains his opening late with Steve Stemlin. He got absolutely decked by Truba. Broke his stick, and Lafreniere races the other way. Drop pass. And Wenberg gets it right. Got to the rebound, and somehow that was deflected away. I think maybe Nick Cousins got in there and got a stick on it because Bobrovsky was down and out. Now Truba, hit shot blocked. This one off the post from the stop by Lafreniere. Utter chaos in the Florida zone as the Panthers are finally able to clear.
I think it's Luosterainen who makes just an unbelievable play behind Bobrovsky in the goal crease to bat a puck that was going in over the line.
Reinhardt the other way, sends it to the right corner of the Rangers zone. Play is whistled down. I think we have a penalty for too many men on the ice here against the Florida Panthers.
Florida, too many men on the ice. That's not a penalty. 6 guys.
Boy, what a sequence. The Rangers come so close to tying this game up. The Panthers are wondering about this too many men on the ice penalty. Their coaches are going right to the video to review it and saying, what the heck are you talking about?
I don't know if this is reviewable. And they're showing on the scoreboard above center ice.
It's questionable, John. It's close. I mean, that's a tough call, quite honestly, that goes against Florida. It was not one of those obvious 6 players involved in the play. The Panthers didn't have the puck. The Rangers had it all the way back in their own zone.
Well, this is a huge opportunity. Second power play of the night for the Rangers. They trail 1-0. Evan Rodriguez will serve the bench minor for too many men on the ice, and a clean face-off win for New York. Gets away from Fox at the line, so all the way back into the Rangers zone, he has to go to collect it. Rangers start through the logo. Panarin stick handles in and drifts to the left wing half wall. Chips it to the corner. Into the slot. Kreider can't quite handle the pass. Goes behind the back. And Panarin snuck out from the other side and whistled it wide of the net. Zibanejad hard across the zone. It bounces off the boards, and Panarin whips it down low. Trocheck joins the play below the goal line. His pass to Panarin on the right side. At the line of spot. 4 right-hand shots on this power play. Zibanejad serves it up
Protecting close and lunging to the right. Bobrovsky keeps it.
Protecting close and lunging to the right. Bobrovsky keeps it out. Panarin loses a puck battle and Barkov whistles it the length of the ice. Under 6
to go in the game.
Five left in the bench liner against the Panthers as Zibanejad makes his way to center. Up the right side, Panarin spins it in. Bobrovsky cuts it off behind the net, sends it back up the kick plate on the right side. Luosterainen is there. It's in his skates. He's content to eat the puck right now. His precious penalty time is whittled away. Mikkola leans on him as well. Stenlund is over there. 7 players along the boards trying to dig it loose, and finally Zibanejad does. He gets it back to Fox at the line. He and Panarin play catch. One-timer from Fox. Kicked out by Bobrovsky, and the rebound quickly swept to the board by Mikkola.
It's a puck battle.
Again, it's a puck battle. It comes to the front of the net. Kulikov can't get to it. And Fox weaves his way to the left corner. Back to the line, Zibanejad. Serves it over. The spread the ice. One-timer from Zibanejad. Blocked by Stenlund. Goes to the corner behind the net. Kulikov gets it from Mikkola. Backhands up the boards. Knocked down at the line. Great keep by Zibanejad. Oh, Fox gets hit high. And the puck is gloved out of his zone by Stenlund, who has no stick as he broke it. And now the Panthers, Kulikov gets it all the way down. Here comes Luosterainen, short-handed, cutting across the high side. The man in front, Reinhart, redirected it right on, and it's absorbed by Shesterkin. And then Reinhart is
into the blue paint. Shesterkin got a shot in with the blocker on Reinhart.
Shesterkin got a shot in with the blocker on Reinhart. He's been knocked over top of him, so for the first time, things get a little spicy in this series as well.
The penalty has expired. The Rangers now 0-2 on the power play, and more importantly, they trail game 1 with 4:42 left at the Garden. The Panthers won. New York nothing. You're listening to the Eastern Conference Final on Sports USA. Back after these local messages.
Hello, I'm James Corden, and I'm so thrilled for you to hear my show, This Life of Mine. Join me every week for incredible conversations from the biggest stars.
I'm Kim Kardashian.
I am overburdened. Impossible.
Trying to muster up a little
bit of energy for the blue shirts
as they just came up empty
on their second power play opportunity of the game.
But boy, the chances they had, Johnny.
In a puck in behind the goaltender. The
pipe knocked out of midair by a glove.
One of the
Panther forwards who was behind Bobrovsky.
Now they go to work in the Rangers zone as Barkov wins the draw. Fox becoming an ally for Florida with each hit. Barkov turns to the left corner, trying to keep the cycle alive as Tarasenko. And up the boards, Roslovic fires it off the linesman to center, and that enables the Panthers to whip it right back in. Forsling and Ekblad, the defense pair right now for the Panthers, as the Rangers break it out to center. Roslovic got it in, but it's chipped right back to center by Ekblad. Deandre Miller waits for the mates to get onside and swings it around the boards. Left corner, Forsling moves it along. Panthers pop it to the middle, and it's rubbed down at the line by Miller. Forsling again trying to chop it out of the zone. And it's knocked away from Roslovic, and back the other way for Hagee. Tips it to himself. Off the boards, it came right back to Verhage. Oh, no! He tried to center, and it went off the stick of Lafreniere and through the legs of Shesterkin.
Oh, my goodness.
Verhage was trying to pass.
What a terrible break for the Rangers. Verhage was trying to slip that puck. He was on the left wing, down low near the bottom of the circles. He was trying to slip it across to Tkachuk, who was halfway across the ice surface. And Lafreniere on the back check cuts off the pass, inadvertently taps it right through the 5-hole on Igor Shesterkin, and this building has gone silent.
7th of the playoffs. Verhage will be credited with a goal. I believe it might be unassisted because Shesterkin came way out of the net to play the puck, but he just threw it to the boards. And the only player there to play it was
Carter Verhage
off the ensuing draw. The Panthers are called for ice. 16-12. Time of the goal. Carter Verhage has a goal and an assist in this game now. And just 3:39 stands between the Panthers and a one-game-to-none lead in this best-of-7 series.
And what's even more disheartening about that is that the Rangers came so close to tying this game at one apiece just minutes earlier.
Face off to the right of Bobrovsky, won by the Rangers, and Gustafson's bid is off the play. And Florida sticking out of play. 3:33 left, won by 2 now. And it looks like Igor Shesterkin is going to go to the New York bench here with an offensive zone face-off coming, and 3:33 remaining.
Well, Sasha Barkov, who has been the best face-off centerman in this game, back over the boards to take this draw for the Panthers. It's not going to be Barkov. It's actually going to be Reinhardt, who's on his strong side. The right-handed shooting Reinhardt settles in against the Banajak.
To the right of Bobrovsky, Banajak slaps it to the boards. Rangers control. Fox across the top. 6 skaters for the blue shirts. And a shot from the right point is blocked.
Yet again by the
Panthers as Uskarainen got in the way, and it goes over the glass and out of play. So an empty net for the Rangers and 6 skaters. They need some instant offense. Down 2-0 with 3:28 remaining here at the Garden.
He's off on the opposite side, so now it is Barkov on his strong side.
Zibanejad stays in for the Rangers. Trocheck is out there along with Kreider, Lafreniere, Panarin and Fox. Fox off the one face-off, fires it off the stick of Lafreniere down low. Trocheck sweeps it back left point. Shoveled to the corner.
And right back to the line.
Zibanejad across the top of the umbrella. Fox, one-timer from the line, and that goes wide off the glass. Up the boards, it's jammed out by Reinhardt. And a quick regroup for the Rangers as Fox moves it across. Panarin gets it in from behind the net. Panthers sail it to the line. Glove down by Fox, poked in between the circles. Nicola got a piece of it. Panarin couldn't corral it. Now has to go to the corner after it. Artemi Panarin slashing away at the puck. It comes all the way out and ripped right on by Zibanejad. Huge point-blank save by Bobrovsky. They quickly get it back to the net to the left side of the net. And the Florida goaltender able to cover up.
Yeah, big stop for Bobrovsky. That puck went off a leg, ended up bouncing right back to Zibanejad, who's about 10 feet inside the left point, and he hammers the one-timer. It's a rolling puck. Bobrovsky gets the left leg pad. The rebound sat there. Boy, just kind of tantalizingly for the Rangers, but no one was able to get a stick on it. Eventually, by the time they were able to corral it, it gave Bobrovsky enough time to get back into position.
Timeout called by Peter Laviolette here. I think that as he was scrambling to get back in position, Bobrovsky made a second save as the shot came off the right boards and it looked like he took it off the shoulder. Shots have evened up here in the third period. Now just a 25-22 advantage for the Panthers. Let's go down to Billy Jaffe.
Hey, guys, just watching Bobrovsky like I did the last series and this one, he is so aggressive, Hazy, coming off that goal line. He challenges so well. He's a bigger guy than sometimes he looks because it feels like he almost kind of shrinks a bit when he attacks, but he's got that cat-like quickness. We saw that left leg come out on that last shot that he made the save on Zibanejad, and then his reflexes gets him back to the left. But Hazy, is there a guy who comes off his goal line more aggressively than this guy?
You know, both of these goaltenders, I think, get real good reads on the play. Shesterkin is another guy that comes off pretty aggressively as well. But you're right, Bobrovsky, at age 35, he has still got that quickness in those legs to get into position quickly.
To Billy's point, it's listed as 6'2". Doesn't really look it back there in the goal crease. Now the puck to center ice as the Panthers able to force the Rangers back. Still an empty net for the Blue Shirts. They trail 2-0, 2:20 to go in the game. Panarin restarts from out of his own zone, and an errant pass up the left boards is collected by Kreider, who gets it in. Bobrovsky cuts it off behind the net and moves for Kulikov. Off the glass, Kulikov will clear back into the Rangers' zone, not far enough for icing. As Adam Fox back to pick it up. Rangers to center, and it's sand wedged in by Fox. Gloved down by Verhage, who just throws it cross ice again. It will not go far enough for icing. And a foot race that Bennett wins as he beat Fox to the puck back in the New York zone. Fox is dead tired out there right now. They turn it over, and Fox makes a stick save on Tkachuk as he quickly just whipped it back towards the net. Now the Panthers just keeping the puck in the Rangers zone as precious time is being whittled away. A minute 35 left in game one. 2-0 Florida. Panarin cuts against the grain, throws it up the middle off a skate. Picked up by Lafreniere. Zibanejad gets it deep. And around the boards it comes. Looking around is Tkachuk on the backhand. Chips it up the wall. Bennett cuts to the middle of the ice. Shoots at the empty net, and he scores. And that'll send the rest of them to the exits at the Garden as Florida now leads game one 3-0 with just a minute 19 remaining.
What a great road game for the Panthers. You know, earlier tonight we heard from their players that they've been impressed with how well they've handled the push of their opponents, especially when they've been on the road. Been on the road. And that story of this game as well. The Rangers did make a period. They did get more shots. Push in the third period. They did get more shots, more looks at Sergei Bobrovsky. Storm. This is a team. And then this is a team that has got so much depth in their lineup. They just don't give you a lot. When you get your chances, boy, you better take advantage because you're not going to get a ton of them.
Shesterkin back in net as Florida ices off the faceoff. Just over a minute remaining in the regular season. Sergei Bobrovsky led the National Hockey League with 6 shutouts. This is his 82nd Stanley Cup playoff game. He has only one career shutout in the postseason prior to tonight.
When you think about this game, he had to make 4 what I would call grade A stops. And that's it. That's a great defensive effort by the Panthers.
Miller's shot off the faceoff blocked by Lombard. Comes back to him. He's able to keep it in the zone. Miller throws one towards the net. That's deflected into the netting as we've now entered the final minute of play. 3-0 Florida. And keep in mind they had a goal taken off the scoreboard midway through this third period as well. The goals from Tkachuk, Verhage, and Bennett. The big boys producing for Florida tonight.
And that's the other subplot for game number one, right? They get production from the people they need it from. And at the opposite end, the Rangers had a quiet night from some of their superstars.
Glenn Burgess lifted to center, and Nick Cousins steers it the rest of the way in. Lombard gets one more bump on Keandre Miller. The puck loose below the goal line. And Lombard bounces off a couple of different Rangers as it's kept at the point by Kulikov. His wrist shot goes wide to the left of the New York net. Stenlund collects it in the corner and then runs into the referee as he tries to come back up the board to it. Cousins kept it in, and now we're inside half a minute to go. Steve Pizzari trying to get out of the way over there. Wenberg skates the blue line and nice Stenlund with it again, brings it back to Florida, gets it on net, and a bad save for Shesterkin. We're in the final 10 seconds. Stretch pass for Heedle, but he's met at the blue line by Nikola, who finishes in one last hit. The Panthers can skate the game away. A shutout win in game one for Florida. The final score, the Panthers 3, the Rangers nothing.
Well, the physicality of the Florida Panthers was on full display in this game. And it was a factor early in the opening period where the Ranger defense had a lot of trouble handling the puck, making clean breakouts. They did get a little better as the game went on, and they did push back in the third. But there's no question who was the better team in this game tonight. The Panthers, they made all the right moves in this one. They got the goaltending that they needed, and Barkov and his Barkov and his line once again, absolutely outstanding. Tarasenko and Reinhart.